And if you're considering this job, you've probably read about the special tool you're going to need to get the motor mount center bolts out. There's a couple options there. There's some people selling a special tool. They're so long that they apparently cause problems on one side or both and are difficult. You can use a crow's foot. It's traditional open-end crow's foot, which is about half this length. Apparently it will more or less work on one side, but from what I understand, not on the other. It's going to be difficult. So there are people homebrewing tools that look a lot like this, sometimes selling them for pretty good money. This, I think, is the simplest solution. It's a, you just Google a torque adapter. It basically uses a 3/8" drive extension here. I got the 5/8" version because it was more readily available than the 16mm, which is exactly the same thing, by the way. It's got a little bit of an angle for an offset, so I'll be able to try it. The offset on the bolt for the motor mount is probably a little greater angle, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. If it is, I plan to heat it and put a little bend in this and custom make it for the application, but this should work fine. It was much cheaper, much easier to get, and we'll do the job. Okay, the angle on this tool, as I thought might be the case, just isn't quite right. It's tool steel, so it's probably brittle. It's very strong, but it's brittle. I'm going to heat it considerably with just a regular butane torch here until I feel it's hot enough to take a bend. Then I will I'll bend it about 15 degrees probably, and then quench it, stick it in some water to cool it down, and try again, and I think it'll probably work without any fight at all. Being lazy and impatient, I decided to break out the inductive heater tool. The torch was just going to take a while. So basically this works magically by placing this coil around it and pushing the button. Okay, whenever you push the button, magic happens. It is inductively heating whatever metal is inside the coil, which in this case is the tool. Okay, I don't have a thermometer on it, but as you can see, it doesn't really matter because in a matter of a few seconds, it's glowing red. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure this whole center section is good and red, and then I should be able to bend it with ease. I'm going to do that with two hands and put the camera down. Okay, custom tool iteration 0.2.0. Yeah, it was just not staying on the bolt like I liked. It was making it difficult to place and turn, so I put a few degrees more bend in it, again using my inductive heater, and I will now remove it with ease. It's a matter of turning it out little bit by little bit with the stack of stiff extensions here. Okay, and I'm having to loosen the mount just a little bit more. It's actually easier once the weight's off, because it's just basically the mount just droops every time I turn it out a little bit. So that's letting me get the bolt out easily. Getting that thing started was definitely not a pleasant experience. I don't think the shield really had anything to do with it, but it's in there now, and I'm just tightening it up from the top. I finger tightened it as much as I could from underneath,